Welcome to LifePoint TV. I'm Pastor Del Phillips, your host for LifePoint, your path to real life. We are continuing our study from the fifth chapter of the Gospel of St. John. I want you to uh, join me as we get close to the end of the segment that we're focusing on in this teaching series. We are dealing with an important question, a valid question, I believe, for present day. Do you really want to be whole, or do you want whole life? We have looked at this example that implies this man who laid for 38 years impotent, uh, unable to walk within his own strength. And Jesus has seen this man multiple times. It's evident from the conversation that this is not the first time that he has seen this man in this condition. And he says, do you want to be whole? And I believe that there are areas in our lives where we have struggled with an ongoing uh, spiritual impotency, if you will, an area of our life when we're unable to walk in our own strength, or let me clarify that, to walk in the spiritual strength that God has made available to us. And so I want to prick our our hearts and our spirits right now, just to kind of consider just that. What area in your life have you settled in and simply said, I'm immobile? I can't move. I cannot move forward. And I want you to hear the response that comes from Jesus after listening to the man discuss the hindrances in his life. Let me just tell you, I know this is review, but God does not, God is not going to allow our list of hindrances to prevent him from furthering his work that he's called us to do. We don't get a pass because we feel we are inadequate, that we are incapable. Our list of being hindered does not hinder the work of God. So listen, the man said that I have no one to help me, no one to assist me. This is the reply that comes back from Jesus. And he says to this man, rise, take up thy bed, and walk. Right now, I'm just going to focus on rising. The first instruction to a man who was laid 38 years unable to walk. Jesus says, rise. The first instruction that Jesus gives to a man who believes that his hindrances are greater than his hidden ability to walk in God's purpose. The first instruction Jesus gives to a man who has laid dormant, set aside his purpose, set aside uh, his his drive for life. The first instruction that Jesus gives to him is rise. That means to change, listen to me, change your position and your disposition, to rise, to move yourself from that lower place and to rise up to that higher place, to change your thinking from that which is lower disposition and to begin to rise in your ability to see what God thinks about you. For someone watching today, the only word, that the first word of instruction that you need is to rise, to elevate, to allow yourself to be taken up, caught up, if you will, to move from lower to higher. Rise. If you could just embrace that first instruction, you'll begin to discover the path that leads to whole life. This is Pastor Dale. I'll see you on the next broadcast.